हरे कृष्णा माताजी प्रणाम्स. Mataji, you can do Kirtan. Suma Mataji.
Pranams.
Anybody can do Kirtan?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Can I do Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare
Jaya.
Krishna. Sorry for the interruption, Mataji. Mataji, today's shloka numbers, Mataji. I will share the screen, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is it okay, Mataji? Shilpa Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 to 10.
6 to 10. Okay, Mataji.
Hare
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Gurudev. Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, if someone wants to do, they can.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Now, Prabhuji has joined Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Welcome, Prabhuji, on ICF Forum. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can start. We've done Radha Madhav.
Ji Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Jai Radha Madhav is done already?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay, very nice. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Hare Krishna. Today I've been allocated the shlokas 4.7.6 to 10. And first of all, thank you so much for again inviting me for this session. And Ashish Prabhu and his entire team is doing a great job. And we are able to be connected again. Hare Krishna. So I'll start. We'll follow the same format. I will take the first shloka and rest all other shlokas. You can raise your hands and moderator Mataji can assign you. Maitre uvacha tada sarvani bhutani shrutva midusta moditam paritushta आत्माभिस्तता साधु साध्व इति अथा ब्रुवन् मैत्रेय उवाच तदा सर्वाणि भूतानि श्रुत्वा विधुस्तामोदितं परितुष्टात् माभिस्तता साधु साध्व इति अथा ब्रुवन्.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you want us to read the shloka and the
Yeah.
translation
Yes.
and the
Then
purport?
yes. One. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Vasudha Mataji, you can read the shloka and the translation, and Kripa Mai Sita Devi Dasi Mataji.
No,
you can-
actually, the first one I will sing, as I said, in the format, because then otherwise, how will I realize what to speak? So the first shloka I will do. I thought that you want to sing this shloka, but all other shlokas like 7, 8, 9, 10, you will get 4 shlokas. Many devotees can divide Prabhu and Mataji's together.
Okay, Prabhu.
Is it
So
okay?
just to only do
Yeah.
translation and purport for the first one, right?
I will do the shloka, synonyms, translation, and purport so that I get realization what to speak.
Hari Bol.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hari
Okay.
Bol.
From the
Okay.
second shloka we can start, right?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Otherwise, it is impossible, Mataji, to exactly, because that is the time when the current flows. So we keep preparing, but current
Yes.
flows when we are sitting on Vyasa.
Whatever you
asana.
say, Prabhu. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna. So synonyms in synonyms we have Maitreya, the sage Maitreya. Uvacha said, Tada at the time, Sarvani all. Bhutani means personalities. Shutva means after hearing. Midhustama, the best of benedictors, Lord Shiva. Uditam means spoken by. Paritushta means being satisfied. So actually we say Hari Tushta, then everybody is Tushta, right? Hari Tushta means Lord is satisfied. Then Paritushta means completely satisfied. So Pari word is very important here. Paritushta. He is not only satisfied but very satisfied. Another example, Pari word use comes in Pari Prashnena Sevaya. We just don't ask questions for the sake of questions. Pariprashnena sevya upadek shakti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevya means we have to attain the knowledge. How? By asking questions to our spiritual master. Pariprashne means not only just question but complete relevant questions we should ask. So like this here pari word shows as tushta. Paritushta means completely satisfied. Atma bhi, by heart and soul. Tata, my dear Vidura. And sadhu, well done. Iti does, atha bruvan, as we have said. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The great sage Maitreya said, my dear Vidura, all the personalities present were very much satisfied in heart and soul upon hearing the words of Lord Shiva, who is the best among benedictors. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. In this verse, Lord Shiva is described as Midhustama, the best of benedictors. He is also known as Ashutosha. Now, benedictors. Benedictor means anyone who can give you benediction. A very rich person, if he gifts you money because you don't have food to eat, he has given you benediction, right? He is giving you beneficiary. He is becoming a beneficiary to you. It can be spiritual, it can be material. So Lord Shiva is known as Midhustama, the best of benedictors. He is one of the best of benedictors. Why? Because he is in a very high position. So of course, what others can't give, he can give very easily. So in two ways, devotees look at it is, devotees generally don't go and ask Shiva, I want your mercy because I want to please you. Devotees say, I want to please you because I want to please you by pleasing someone whom you are looking chances to please. So we all know where is he? His mind is always, when Parvati asks him in Shiv Puran, where are you always focused on, my Lord? When you are Deva Mahadeva, you are Devadideva Mahadeva. Means among the devatas, you are Mahadev. If we are thinking about you, where are you thinking? Your Nandi is focusing on you, I am focusing on you, but you are focusing also. But where? Then he says, I am focusing on the lotus feet of Vishnu, which is Krishna himself. So it's very simple. So devotees look at it, Lord Shiva, as somebody who can help them increase their devotion to Krishna. So it is said in Bhagavad Gita that less intelligent persons go to demigods for material benedictions. Now, what do you mean by less intelligent? Person who is looking for food, wants food, and if he asks for, he goes to the hotel and begs for food, and the person owner says, go and work somewhere and then you will get it. And then he works and he understands, okay, instead of begging, if I work according to my labor, I am being paid and with honesty. So he goes back and somebody says, go to the temple of Lord Shiva and ask for a better job. So that keeps going on, and one day he becomes the CEO of a company. So what will you say? And after becoming CEO, one Vaishnava met him and he converted into a devotee. And then he started doing book distribution, which is a book distribution month. And wonderful class was given in ICC last Sunday, this previous Sunday, on book distribution. So then this devotee becomes a Lord Shiva's, he prayed to Lord Shiva. He was asking for material benedictions, but God had higher plans. Somehow he got converted. So what do you think? Will you still say that that person, when he was asking for from Lord Shiva material benedictions, was he wrong? So persons going to demigods for material benedictions are considered, and the purport by Srila Prabhupada, as less intelligent. But that doesn't mean less intelligent. Prabhupada is using the word here in reference to Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says it is less intelligent, because once you have become knowledgeable enough to open Bhagavad Gita where you know Krishna is supreme, then why to go back and ask demigods? And Krishna is very strict about it. I have personally experienced it, I'm telling you. So I can't further, because some certain realizations you really cannot share it in the class, and actually you cannot share it to any other living entity. But I can just tell you, if you are little intelligent, Krishna will reciprocate with you. To my very least intelligent, as much as Krishna has reciprocated to me, I will get my fingers cut, but I can't ask anything other than Krishna. I am telling you frankly. How, what did you see? How did Krishna explain to you? It's up to, it is between Krishna and me. Okay. So it is like that. I cannot just really explain you, but Krishna is supreme. I cannot debate further on that. How, when, why, all for those people who have not started Bhagavad Gita. But those people who have started Bhagavad Gita, they should realize you are now playing with the supreme fire. There is no if and but, only Bhagavad Gita. No if and but, only Krishna. So that is why Prabhupada, with that confidence, he's saying demigod worship goes with those people who have not yet realized that Krishna is the supreme. That's only he's using the word less intelligent. Otherwise, if that person, all of us, before understanding Krishna, we were worshipping some or the other people. In fact, some people were worshipping everything. They were worshipping including Krishna. But the moment you touch base with Krishna, then you start slowly giving up. In the altar, so many demigods, then we Devi Devatas, we slowly start focusing on Krishna. Now, as per any normal Hindu, he will think, or a Sanatani, he will think, what is this? But it doesn't have to be understood that way. You have to, you can, when you know that you have to finally worship Krishna, then there is no need to divert your attention. Krishna will satisfy all other demigods. So we do satisfy, devotees do satisfy demigods with the help of Krishna, not without Krishna. And that is why there's such a bold statement Srila Prabhupada is using here. It is said in Bhagavad Gita, with less intelligent persons, go to Devi Devtas for material benedictions. It has to be understood in a right way. Otherwise, any normal Sanatani will think, oh, what is all this? But once they realize Krishna, they will understand. And it is our duty, once you have understood, to explain others. In this connection, people generally go to Lord Shiva because he is always quickly satisfied and give benediction to his devotees without consideration. He is called Madhustama. Now, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supposed to be Mahavadanya. He also gives Krishna consciousness to anybody who is even not qualified. So, do you call Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also as Madhustama, easily satisfied? Yes, but there is a difference. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you ask other than Krishna, probably he'll raise his hands. He say, I don't have anything other than Krishna. I can only give you Krishna Prem. So he's Mahavadanya, but Lord Shiva can give you everything. That's the difference between, he's also easily pleased, Shiva is also easily pleased. Lord Shiva is easily pleased, will give you material benedictions. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also easily pleased. Mahavadanya is very, very soft, very, very helpful. But what are you asking from them? So if you ask Krishna Prem from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will do Alingan. He will just envelop you in his arms. Materialistic persons are always anxious to get material profit, but they are not serious and spiritual profit. Serious about spiritual profit. Sometimes, of course, it so happens that Lord Shiva becomes the best benedictor in spiritual life. It is said that once a poor Brahmana worshipped Lord Shiva for a benediction, and Lord Shiva advised the devotee to go to Sanatana Goswami. The devotee went to Sanatana Goswami and informed him that Lord Shiva had advised him to seek the best benediction from him, Sanatana. Sanatana had a touchstone with him, which he kept with the garbage. On the request of the poor Brahmana, Sanatana Goswami gave him the touchstone, and Brahmana was very happy to have it. He could not get as much as gold as he desired. He could now get as much as gold as he desired simply by touching the touchstone to iron. But after he left Sanatana, he thought, if a touchstone is the best benediction, why has Sanatana Goswami kept it in the garbage? With the garbage. He therefore returned and asked Sanatana Goswami, sir, if this is the best benediction, why do you keep it with the garbage? The Brahmana said, yes, sir, Lord Shiva has sent me to you for the best benediction. Actually, sir, this is not the best benediction, Sanatana Goswami replies, but are you prepared to take the best benediction from me? The Brahmana says, yes, sir, Lord Shiva has sent me to you for the best benediction, and I noticed that the stone which you have given me is kept with the garbage. Then what do I do? It seems my intelligence says, this is not the best benediction you are giving me. So then the poor Brahmana was asked, then Sanatana Goswami asked him to throw the touchstone in the water nearby and then come back. The poor Brahmana did so, and when he returned, Sanatana Goswami initiated him with Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Thus, by the benediction of Lord Shiva, the Brahmana got the association of the best devotee of Lord Krishna, who's Lord Shiva himself, Vaishnavam Yathavata Shambhu. And thus, by the benediction of Lord Shiva, the Brahmana got the association of the best devotee of Lord Krishna, Shiva himself, and thus initiated was thus initiated in the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Agyan Timiran, Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Bhutatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Sahagana ललिता श्री विशाखानवितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुण सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी कृष्ण भानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छ कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणं सवैर्मन कृष्णा पदरविन्दयोर् सवैर्मन कृष्णा पदरविन्दयोर्। Srimati Radharani ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And that's the reason why I couldn't, if I would have given the shloka to everyone, I wouldn't have been able to begin this class. And without remembering Guru, how can I? So like that, that's the reason. Please forgive me. This is how I've been conducting this session from many, uh, you know, attempts which I have been given. I've been actually following this. So, all right. So I'll quickly start with some of the things, because these are 5 slokas to be covered in 1 hour. Just last Wednesday, I was giving class in ICC on Bhagavatam. They also gave me 3-4 slokas. So, but beautiful, same canto going around, but little further than this. So here, we all know Vidura is getting Shiksha, teachings from Maitri Muni, who is in turn talking about Lord Shiva here and how he is dealing here now with Daksha. And so going to, I want to start this class with one very big point, that you hear the story of Sanatana Goswami, who is having the touchstone with him. So the Brahmana comes and says, give me something which can help me fulfill my material desires. But if you see, he gives him. So the giving has not stopped, but the object of giving changed from the touchstone, which could have converted a metal into a gold. He was given Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In short, the Krishna Prem. He got the association of a devotee. Titiksha lamha sarva siddhi ho. It means for a small duration of time, he associated with Sanatana Goswami, who is one of the branches. Sanatana Goswami is one of the branches of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Bhakti Vriksha tree, which he formed. So Sanatana Goswami is helping Rup Goswami, who was given the task of Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale, means to establish what is the innermost desire of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the innermost desire of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was to connect everybody to Krishna and elevate themselves from this material world, which is anyway temporary, because he doesn't want to do them by force. Krishna wants them to understand and with love leave this world and the attraction of these worlds. That is simple Krishna consciousness. You cannot leave this world when, and on Wednesday, I did the Pujari Seva also, and then I did Bhagavatam class. And I had a discussion with one of my god brother. This Sunday we were discussing. He was doing I did the Mangal Aarti and he did the Darshan Aarti. And then we met on Sunday and we were discussing how much we were enjoying doing service, And the time he entered the temple and doing the Darshan Aarti was the time I was leaving the temple after giving class. And then when we met on this Sunday again, So the first thing, we were just embracing each other and saying, "Wonderful, Prabhu." And he said, "So nice to see you again and within a week." And there is a natural attraction because the subject of discussion is Krishna, and we both were very happy. And we were only bringing this point is that, Prabhu, despite doing all this, whether we'll what will happen to us? And he said, "See, look, we were discussing, and I was instrumental in, somebody introduced him to KCM, but I was instrumental in him in bringing him to very closer association of devotees here in Bangalore. So he considers me as little semi-Path Pradarshak, but I don't consider him like that. I consider him as, very close brother, very good friend of mine. And so then, and he reads also a lot. I also do a lot of reading, but he has, I think, as compared to me, he has very good memory. So he's able to memorize. So sometimes I go and talk to him and I say, "What do you think?" Then he said, "What do you think? We will be successful." So he said, "See, if the deep-rooted anarthas are really out of us, and not necessarily that both of us meet in the temple and then we realize we are doing service, even if we are not able to come to temple, even because of age, today we are meeting because we are in between 40s to 50s, but tomorrow we'll become definitely 80s, Prabhu, then what we will do? Then we will be crying for each other's association, but we'll not have the physical strength to come to the temple. Then what do we do?" Then I said, "I can only feel that how much absorbed we are in Krishna consciousness." And then he made another point. I said, "Yes, Prabhu, I also think that how much absorption in Krishna consciousness is possible is how much depth we have without any anartha." Then I said, "Okay, so that means how much ever truthful and really honest in my approach, that much the anarthas will come out and Krishna's prem will go in." And then he went one more deeper inside and he said, "As much as we still, despite realizing Krishna, serve others, we will have some chance." And then I said, "Okay, if we keep serving without anarthas and deeply immersed in Krishna consciousness, but we don't worry to get delivered, then we will be delivered." Then he said, "No, but then we continue this effort every life after life without worrying which life we will get." And I was like, "Oh, that means I'll not be able to go back." And then he again said, "I think because this is the practice. This is the practice we have to do, janma janma. If in one birth Krishna is tushta, means is satisfied, Hari toshanam, Hari is satisfied, Hari toshanam, sarva siddhi hoy." In the association of devotees, if we are able to some siddhir Hari toshanam, we are able to somehow please Krishna, and he feels enough, now I want to associate with him. That is when we will do. So, but this is possible only when we try to give up the lower enjoyments and achieve for the higher enjoyments. Exactly this is what is happening in the story mentioned in this purport by Srila Prabhupada, saying that a person wanted material benedictions, but he gave up. And Sanatana Goswami told him, "Give up this stone and put it," what did he say? "Where do you throw it? In a water nearby." Means some river or some pond. Just go and throw it away so that you throw it away, you cannot achieve it back, and nobody else will get it. It's like I left tea exactly 23 years back, chai. And the first day when one devotee told me, "You will not drink," he put my hand into a hot dal and say, "Promise me from tomorrow." 23 years back this incident happened, around 2000. And he said, "Put your hand and say that you will never drink tea." Like this, he dipped my hand in hot dal. My hand had become red. Now, I'm not saying you should do that with others. That devotee has a different relationship with me, and I appreciated him. He said, "Pratik Prabhu," that time I was Pratik, now I am Premadata. He said, "Pratik Prabhu, तुम छोड़ दो, ये छोड़ दो चाय पीना, नहीं तो मैं तुम्हारा हाथ जला दूंगा." And he literally put my hand into dal. He was the one who made me started chanting 16 rounds from the 16th day. He said, I'll hit you with Belan. I will hit you with Chimta if you'll not chant. I think I deserved that. And he didn't just say it. He literally hit me on my hands. He has beaten me badly and made me proper. Now, I'm not saying this should be done with everybody, but his name was Paritosh Prabhu. He's elder to, he's maybe similar age to me, but he's an amazing devotee. Yeah, I still close my eyes. I have not met him after my initial association with him. And he was so merciful. Then one day he was asking me to carry the dal. Split the I actually threw the entire dal on the floor, and he didn't even utter a single word. This such a wonderful devotee. I used to think he's so strict. But Krishna comes in these forms of these devotees to just somebody needs some treatment, he will do that operation according to that level. But are you ready to give up? I was ready to give up tea. So Krishna gave me chanting. This is just an example I'm saying. You have to, every individual has to go on its own. You are with ICF. How many years, how many of you are still drinking tea and coffee? You have to, अगर एक चाय नहीं छूटती ना, तो फिर क्या तुम्हें भगवान मिलेगा? ऐसा खुद से प्रश्न करो. Ask your own self, I can't leave this, how will I get Krishna? But nobody is asking you to leave food. They are asking you just to leave onion garlic. If I can't leave onion garlic, then what will I leave this world? Ask questions like this. But this can only happen when we have a higher understanding and higher cause. So before we move on to the next shlokas, we can have, you can ask devotees to do, but I want to narrate one small incident. You know, there are several places. Now this concept, and in this previous shloka, it is said that you need some sort of treatment. So Sanatan Goswami did give him a stone. You see this, he did give him a stone. And then he went away with that stone. But then he applied intelligence and said that, look, he has given me this stone, but if that would have been a very priceless thing, how could he have given me so easily? So he went back. So this retrospection, even when you ask something from someone, but you go and see, what did I ask finally? Is it really beneficial for me? So same way, we have to ask benedictions. If you notice, this incident has happened with many people. With normal people, I just gave you in my example of tea and coffee, right? I did realize that Paritosh Prabhu was telling me, right, that leave this tea, Premadata, leave tea. I'm talking 23 years back. And the next morning, I was trying to drink tea when I realized on this Chhatrapati Shivaji station in Bombay, I promised him in the night, evening, and next day I was going to office, Sunday evening program. I promised him I will not touch tea. This is, I'm talking about 2000, even a little before 2000, around 2000. And then next morning, I again bought, without forgetting that I was so used to drink tea, I spent 8 rupees and bought nice coffee. And then suddenly, you know, it struck to me as if Paritosh Prabhu is promised to Paritosh Prabhu remembered. And I said, what do I do with this tea? So I had already purchased it, about to drink, but it's something flashed from the tree, from the tea. And suddenly this question popped in mind. Oh my God, I had promised Paritosh Prabhu, I will never touch tea. And this is my hardly few days in ISKCON. Okay. I was introduced to ISKCON even before that in 97. But I didn't start, you know, taking it very seriously. I considered 2000 as my time. But 97, 98, I was associating with devotees, but in a very satellite way, not in a deep way. So then I saw I will give it to a beggar, and none of the beggar was found. And then I saw a garbage dustbin and I gave it away. And from that day till today, I have not touched tea. Now, how does it happen? Something similar happens in prehistoric time. In Ramayana, we see Marich, who went and became a golden deer to take away Sita Maharani. But before that, he had gone to disturb with his son and with his other friends, demon friends, to disturb the Havan of Valmiki Rishi. And he was disturbing them. When Valmiki asked Dashrath to send with him his two sons, Ram and Lakshmana. And Ram and Lakshmana killed everybody except Marich that day during they were disturbing. And with that huge arrow actually had hit Marich in such a way that he fell 100 feet, 100 yojnas away. But then he came to his senses. So sometimes Krishna has to, in this case, Sanatan Goswami gives the benediction to him of that touchstone. He could have easily gone, but then Brahmana put some intelligence. But sometimes instead of Sanatan Goswami in the prehistoric times, something similar incident happens. Lord Rama's direct association of the arrow hits Marich, and he comes to a point that he realizes, today I am not killed, others are killed, but he is Lord Vishnu. I knew that because before that also he had helped to become golden deer, not just for the first time he was becoming for Sita Devi. He had become golden deer and helped Ravana eloping with several ladies of kings. He used to go to the garden, try to become a deer, and then take the queen away, take the daughter away, like that, and give it to Ravana. He used to attract them for Ravana. But now onwards, what he did, he started growing his kesha. And he started growing his kesha, and he became almost a mendicant. And he had given up. And he was putting a deer skin and he was medicating like a mendicant. That is the time when Rama was in the jungle, and Surpnakha had gone and told that my nose has been cut. Of course, Khardushana were killed, and Akampana Rakshas also went and spoke about Sita Devi. So lot of things were happening to Ravana, and he decided to call Marich, and he forced him to go against Lord Ram again. See, so that is what we know, that he was killed then by the arrow of Lord Ram, because he decided to get killed by the Rama's hands, because he felt Ravan ke haath se marne se acha hai dusre ke haath se maro. Means instead of getting killed by Ravana, it's better to get killed by Krishna, who is Supreme Ram Lord himself. He's Supreme God himself. So what is better than that? So he's always taking some decisions in life. Decision making is very necessary. That is what the Sanatan Goswami, when he gives him the touchstone to the Brahmana becomes, he decides, he takes a decision. Okay, he puts his intelligence in place. He decides, okay, this is something now. Let me go and give him back. And what did he get? And then what did he get in return? He got Hare Krishna initiation. Harinama initiation. Means Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The seed of devotional service which was already there in his heart, that sprouted because of the initiation mantra given by Sanatan Goswami to this Brahmana. And he says, you are now competent. Imagine, so quickly he gave him initiation, because he has won the biggest battle. Same way, I have heard, even Tulsidas was behind one lady. So he climbed during the rainy season onto the rope, thinking it is a rope, but it was a snake. And then he goes to meet the woman of his desires. That woman was on nonsensical activities. And then that woman said, if in this such a, because you are so much mantrumugd or so much in desire of achieving my body, you have just climbed the thinking rope, it is a snake, you have come up. Imagine how much focus you have and what have you achieved? And just me. So then he starts thinking on these points, and he says, this lady is right. And that beauty which you are trying to achieve is temporary. Same way, this means we are taking ourselves to a higher destination mentally. We are on a lower platform, we will remain on sensory platforms. So each one to own one. Individually, everybody has to do a samiksha, to do examining, where all am I? I mean, I'm openly saying, even among devotees, sometimes we have good money, but we want to hanker for more money. Okay, some devotees really have less money. It is okay that they are going behind money, because everybody in ISKCON cannot leave and go and join the temple. How will temple run? See, this is all we are going through. All devotees go through. But you have to take a decision how much you need money in life, how much you need to associate even with your wife, or how much you have to associate with women of opposite nature. So that is why in temple, my counselor told me, "Hey, you are married." That time I was not married. Once you get married, you associate with your, but then stop looking around ladies in the temple. Or if you are doing that in the college days, you were looking to other girls. If you do that same even in ISKCON, looking around for girls, then what is the difference? See, I'm telling you frankly, these are all frank things. So I was I was not looking around, but that's how he taught us. That's how he brought us into ISKCON. That my counselor. Okay. So he said, enough. Now you are here, focus on Krishna. So he helped us come up over desire. Same way Prabhupada used to say to brahmacharis, now you are having prasada. Now I know so many devotees in brahmachari devotees, saffron fully, they don't go for prasada. They just take one small sweet. That's enough. They love to give others. How much you would take? So everywhere, even in the devotee circle, you have to keep thinking and digging yourself under and under and under and under, where all the changes have to happen in me. See, you cannot change the world. You can change only yourself. It is not possible to change the world. You can only change your approach of life. It's up to individual. That is why association of devotee, this change becomes faster. And when devotees are not associating with you, you try to read slokas with your wife or husband or your children, and you try to associate with Krishna consciousness, and absorb yourself into the thoughts of Krishna. That is what is happening here in this shloka. The Sanatana Goswami liked this potency of this Brahmana, who could give away the association of a touchstone because he could have got a lot of wealth. But he wanted to approach the Krishna consciousness. And so he was given the highest benediction of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, means he was initiated, Harinam initiation. So with this, I hope everybody is understanding what I'm trying to say here. We will move on to next shlokas. I throw open to for all the devotees, Pujis and Matajis, to continue. And if there is anything, I will try to put it some points in between. So we have the next shloka. Mataji, you can.
Vasudha Mataji can do the shloka. Sudha Mataji the translation, and Krishnamurti Prabhuji the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam.
Atomi dvamsam amantriya sunasira saharsibihi bhuyastadeva yajanam samidvad vedaso yahyuhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Pranams. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thereafter, Bhrigu, the chief of the great sages, invited Lord Shiva to come to the sacrificial arena. Thus the demigods, accompanied by the sages, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, all went to the place where the great sacrifice was being performed. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Arun Kumar Prabhu.
Purport by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki Jai. The whole sacrifice arranged by King Daksha had been disturbed by Lord Shiva. Therefore, all the demigods present there, along with Lord Brahma and the great sages, specially requested Lord Shiva to come and revive the sacrificial fire. There is a common phrase, Shiva Hina Yajna. Any sacrifice without the presence of Lord Shiva is baffled. Lord Vishnu is the Yagneshwara, the Supreme Personality in the matter of sacrifice. Yet in each yajna, it is necessary for all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva to be present. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams Prabhuji.
We'll move on to the next one. Anybody has any question here? Very simple. But if anybody has any question, but don't ask questions just for the sake that I have asked questions. If your heart is asking some question, then
Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
we'll move on to the next.
Anita Mataji, the shloka. Kripamayi Sita Devi Dasi Mataji, the translation and the purport both. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण विधायकासन्येन च तद् यदाह भगवान् भवः सन्ददोः कस्य कायेन स्वनीय पशो शिरः हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji? Prabhuji? Hello?
Yes,
Am I audible?
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Translation purport His Divine Grace, Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: After everything was executed exactly as directed by Lord Shiva, Daksha's body was joined to the head of an animal meant to be killed in the sacrifice. Purport: in the time, all the demigods and great sages were very careful not to irritate Lord Shiva. Therefore, whatever he asked was done. It is specifically said here that Daksha's body was joined to the head of an animal, a goat. Thank you. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you.
So before we move on to the next shloka, other devotee, I'll just bring a point. So there are two things which I can relate to some points here. 2 points which I can relate here. One is, let us do everything as per the direction of Lord Shiva. So what happens is when we join ISKCON, what is the advantage? What is ISKCON? Nowadays you are seeing in one country, our devotees are facing issues. So finally, what is ISKCON? Is just an organization where some devotees come and do this. Actually, that is from a physical manifestation. But spiritual manifestation is that in such way, in ISKCON, we get a very spiritualized environment. Now, despite with that environment, and I'm starting with that point, that despite with that environment, if we are not progressing in spiritual life, it is not ISKCON's issue, it's our own issue. Still we are attracted to material wealth. Okay, material wealth we are attracted for certain duration and for certain needs. Necessities will be anyway supplied by Krishna. That's what says. But God help those who help themselves. So you can't even say Krishna will give me necessity, so I'll stop making tiffin for my son. You have to get into kitchen and do that. You have to go to office and get some money, work for somebody and then get money. You can't just say Krishna will give me job. So think it in a deeper way. God help those who help themselves. So you have to do your minimum duty, then leave the result to Krishna. That is what it means, is doing everything as directed by Krishna. So in devotees association, when you start your life day one, be it at any age, I was fortunate to start it early, at least in this birth. And so that helped me a lot. Because I learned so many things right even before marriage. So I could help my wife, and my wife, who was not aware of Krishna consciousness, took it very easily. And then it's not that I over suffocated her, killed her, and then just karna hi hai. Nahin, aisa nahi. I left her. See, I am not drinking tea. You also try to. I am not eating onion garlic. You also try to. And then again, as when you, so Krishna's direction I took from ISKCON because that environment has embedded by the scriptural potency. Because of the spiritual potency, the environment of these place, which we say is International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is embedded with the instructions or directions of Krishna. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam, means he is the, after all, the director. Krishna is the director of this world. He is the supreme controller. He has given a controlled environment of Krishna consciousness, which is, we call it as ISKCON. And within that environment, Krishna has embedded certain instructions. So the moment you reach to a devotee, he will always ask you for your some, अरे चाय छोड़ दो, कुछ तो ऐसा बोलेगा, प्रभु, read Bhagavad Gita, do book distribution, do something in relation with Krishna. Because then you have to consider those directions as gems. And if you follow the environment's ambience, if you follow ISKCON, and here Ashish Prabhu is creating online ISKCON in the form of ICF environment. It is same. It is Krishna conscious environment. So here, if you learn from any devotee, so many, I know so many devotees whom I have personally associated with, they come and give classes here, and some devotees, I don't even know them, they are also coming. But everybody is trying to give some instructions. They have learned, they have, so all these are the directions by Krishna. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing which I understand here is that they want to go by the directions of Lord Krishna. So in ISKCON, you get that environment. But the second point is don't irritate Shiva. There is also another point. Let me give you an example. Vishnu Jana Maharaj, one of our very elevated devotee in our congregation, in our ISKCON's congregation worldwide, ISKCON Yatra, worldwide Yatra. He was once working in a kitchen. When he was corrected by Srila Prabhupada, he only himself said that he was corrected by he was making some brinjal and he didn't, and chapati. So then Vishnu Jana Maharaj learnt it from Prabhupada, and then several years after even Prabhupada left this planet, he was in the kitchen. He noticed some younger devotees were discussing a lot of, subject matters which were not related to Krishna consciousness. So what he did was he made a printout and put it on the kitchen, says that that you should never take Krishna for granted. Now, what does it mean? He wrote it and put it on that. You should never take Krishna for granted. What does that mean? That means the same thing. Don't irritate Krishna beyond a time, beyond a limit. Don't take him for granted. It's like several years you are in ISKCON, several years in devotional climate. You still, अरे करूंगा chanting, एक दिन 16 हुआ, एक दिन 10 हुआ, एक दिन 5 हुआ, क्या हुआ, मैं तो डिवोटी हूं. All this नहीं चलेगा, कुछ नहीं चलेगा. At the end, I'm telling you, I'm seeing these incidents in devotees' life, and when we talk, mat chitta mat prana bodhyantas parasparam, when we discuss among each other, we understand, oh my God, there's so much I have to personally change in my life. Like how I discussed with one more God brother just on the Sunday, and we were going so deep, and then we realized we have to be very alert. So he also, so not to irritate Krishna or Shiva means to be very alert. That doesn't mean that you were hungry. Okay, let me give a very big example. And sorry if to explain philosophy, I might have to use, and then we'll remaining 7 minutes we'll use. There is one brahmachari devotee very close to me. And believe me, I'm going to use this example. Please don't take it otherwise. Take it in a healthy way. I'm going to tell it in a healthy way only, but I'm just telling you, then you might say, why? I'm telling you practical things. This devotee was doing Aarti, Mangal Aarti right in front of 100 devotees. He just narrated a couple of months back. Very close friend of mine. I said, what happened, Prabhu? You're not well today. He said, I'm having a huge headache, Prabhu. And somehow, I was instrumental in getting him some headache medicine, and he was taking rest because I couldn't see him in the temple. So I went to him and I said, Prabhu, क्या हुआ? मैं उनका हाथ दबाने लगा. मैंने कहा, Prabhu, what happened? Why you didn't come down, Prabhu? He said, I am not well, Prabhu. I said, what happened? You know, what did he tell me? Now I'm going to give you an example to understand. That doesn't mean Krishna is trying to judge you with a thermometer. Okay, he's following on. He said when he was doing prayer, he had eaten yesterday. Suddenly he wanted to pass the air from below. But since in front of the deities, as per the deity rules and laws, you cannot pass air, he did his entire strength to stop it. And he was praying, and I don't want to pass air in front of. And believe me, that air went top to his head. And after the prayer, he just went and he did all that, and he did his cleaning of the altar, because I do it. I know this is a practical issue. And he went and he said, Prabhu, I felt as if, I stopped the air being passed away. It's a natural phenomenon to happen with every living entity, even animals. He went on top and he had it severe headache. So severe headache that he had taken 2 medicines, it was not going away. He had put balm, it was not going away. Now imagine, what am I telling you this? Just because he wanted to follow the directions of the Lord. Now it's up to me and him to understand, and I really got perplexed. What do? We are natural beings. But he made an attempt, but he had to suffer because of his attempt. But he followed the scripture. That is the peacefulness he has. But that alerted me because I keep going and doing the services. But we know that eat less before you go for the puja. So see, these are the things what you learn and understand. So minute. Nobody will tell you in kathas. I am narrating you because it's a personal experience. And when you become so much alert, then Krishna can help you. That's what he says. Don't take it. So you do your best. You do your best to please Krishna. Practically, impractically, how much ever you can, but Krishna knows which is impractical. Okay, I just wanted to give you this example that there are devotees, they just try to do so much for Krishna and then they suffer. You see, my Guru Maharaj, he's such a transcendental, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. He has been traveling the world ever, and he's going to Australia in the morning, evening in Russia, this and that, and he traveled so many times in aeroplanes, and he has been done so much of seva. Naturally, the health will get a toll, but he's least bothered. I just met Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj, and I asked him, Maharaj, I called him because I saw my Maharaj with this stage. I just said, Maharaj, please tell my Guru Maharaj and our Guru Maharaj, please ask him to take rest. He says, no, Baba, no. He will not take rest. His rest is in Krishna consciousness. You see my Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami. He is wheel bound, chair bound from past 14, 15 years. But he is just circulating this earth with delivering so many souls. So much of stress they have taken. And if you ask him, are you suffering? He'll say, no. I am Hari Bol, Gauranga. That's how my Guru Maharaj says. Now, I can't imitate him. It's practically not advisable also. Because he is almost empowered by Srila Prabhupada. So we have to understand our limits. But you have to be aware and alert that there is a provision like this. There is maturity of devotees like this. My Guru Maharaj is such a mature devotee. You have to learn something from there and then choose what you can be. Okay? So let's go to the next shloka.
Hare Krishna.
We have 2 shlokas. Last 2 minutes we'll go with.
So Mataji, the shloka and the translation. Prabhuji, we want to read the purport is very big.
Yes. No. Somebody who can read quickly.
Sarika Mataji will read the purport, and Shri Priya Mataji the next shloka and translation. Last purport I'll read. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, only shloka, Mataji, for me?
Shloka and translation, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams. Sandhiyamani shirasi daksho rudrabhivikshitaha sadhya supta ivotastau dadrishe jagrato mridam. Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. When the animal's head was fixed on the body of King Daksha, Daksha was immediately brought to consciousness, and as he awakened from sleep, the king saw Lord Shiva standing before him. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The example given here is that Daksha got up as if he were awakened from deep sleep. In Sanskrit, this is called Supta Ivotasthav. The meaning is that after a man awakens from sleep, he immediately remembers all the duties which he must execute. Daksha was killed and his head was taken away and burned to ashes. His body was lying dead, but by the grace of Lord Shiva, as soon as the head of a goat was joined to the body, Daksha came back to consciousness again. This indicates that consciousness is also individual. Daksha actually took another body when he took on the head of a goat, but because consciousness is individual, his consciousness remained the same, although his bodily condition changed. Thus, bodily construction has nothing to do with the development of consciousness. Consciousness is carried with the transmigration of the soul. There are many instances of this in Vedic history, such as the case of Maharaj Bharat. After quitting his body as a king, Maharaj Bharat was transferred to the body of a deer, but he retained the same consciousness. He knew that although formally he was King Bharat, he had been transferred to the body of a deer because of his absorption in thinking of a deer at the time of his death. In spite of his having a body of a deer, however, his consciousness was as good as it was in the body of King Bharat. The arrangement by the Lord is so nice that if a person's consciousness is turned into Krishna consciousness, there is no doubt that in his next life, he will be a great devotee of Krishna, even if he is offered a different type of body. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So before just you move, it's something like the body keeps changing. Kalevaram. Kalevar is the outer. So that changed, but consciousness is different. And so within the body, there's a subtle body. And subtle body moves along with the soul. And soul never is able to touch the material body. It never touches. Say, for example, I give an example. I'm clapping. So I'm just feeling my hand. But has I ever touched my hand? I am every day taking bath. Probably combing my hair, shaving, or putting soap on my body. Am I really touching the body? Practically speaking, answer is no. No, I have never touched my body. Have I? This is the door. This is a wall. What am I doing? Am I hitting the wall? Have I been able to touch the matter? Answer is no. Practically no. I have never touched the material world. It's something like when demigods come to this, Devi Devtas come in their demigod bodies, they never touch this earth. Something similar is with us. They will take a Bahurupa and some other Rupa and then they will walk on the planet. It's okay. But with their body and the garland they wear, we know all these things, right? The garland they wear never gets old, rotten. So like this, the body travels from one body to another with the help of mind. And the subtle body carries this mind from one body to another. And that's what they're saying of Jada Bharata. So if you know Jada Bharata, he was the king before, then he got infatuated by a baby deer, became a deer, then became a Brahmana. But in all the three births, his consciousness remained the same. So then Srila Prabhupada says, why did he have to go? It's just because you will read when you will read further on Bharat Maharaj, is that because Krishna wanted his intensity to increase. Now, some devotees say that this is for Bharat Maharaj, not for us. But when I discuss the same point with other devotees, they say, no, it is also for us. We can't imitate. Krishna lifts the Govardhan. That doesn't mean we also lift Govardhan. That's okay. If he lifts Govardhan, at least we can lift Bhagavad Gita to read and to give to others. He is picking up Govardhan to protect us. You can pick Kartal. It also has some weight and you can play. You can pick something for the favor of Krishna. You don't have to imitate. So same way, please remember our intensity towards Krishna is what it matters, because it is beyond the body. So I have never touched the body. My body is because of the subtle soul, a subtle body. Subtle body prevents the soul to touch the matter in this world. And because soul is antimatter, the exhibitions of the matter is completely reverse, anti to what the characteristics of soul is. Soul never dies. Soul never deteriorates. Soul doesn't have any fluctuations in its development. Material world does have, and that is why Krishna is so clever. He puts the soul in the material world, which has a cyclic. Otherwise, in the spiritual world, it's all linear. It never ends. And the moment we go back to Krishna consciousness in the spiritual world, we will start the same activity what we were doing there immediately. And then in that spiritual world, you can expand to 100 times, 1,000 times serve Krishna. You can we like to fantasize here to become more happy. But we can do real fantasies there in spiritual world. So in short, that we will be given different bodies to enjoy this. But if we are focused on Krishna consciousness, whatever format of body Krishna gives us, doesn't matter. You can continue your Krishna consciousness. Haribol. Let's move on to the last shloka.
Hare Krishna. Shri Priya Mataji, you can do the verse and the translation. I'll do the purport. Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams. 4.7.10. Tada Prishatvajatvesha Kalilatma Prajapatihi Shiva Avalokad Avabat Charadhrita Iva Amalam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You can scroll. At that time, when Daksha saw Lord Shiva, who rides upon a bull, his heart, which was polluted by envy of Lord Shiva, was immediately cleansed, just as the water in a lake is cleansed by autumn rain. Hare Krishna. Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here is an example of why Lord Shiva is called auspicious. If anyone sees Lord Shiva with devotion and reverence, his heart is immediately cleansed. King Daksha was polluted by envy of Lord Shiva, and yet by seeing him with a little love and devotion, his heart immediately became cleansed. In the rainy season, the reservoirs of water become dirty and muddy, but as soon as the autumn rain comes, all the water immediately becomes clear and transparent. Similarly, although Daksha's heart was impure because of his having slandered Lord Shiva, for which he was severely punished, Daksha now came to consciousness, and just by seeing Lord Shiva with veneration and respect, he became immediately purified. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Very practical example, I'll tell you. Parents can relate this with their children. Sometimes our children, they weep for something we know they are weeping for something, toffee, chocolate. So they keep weeping, weeping, weeping. So when he's very young, you probably try to do, and then the child just. But when they become little elder, you sometimes you have to literally put their ear and do that. Then he weeps, and then suddenly he's within 2 minutes. Even a 9-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy, you'll see he's weeping for something with the parent. Are do, papa, do, mummy, give me this, that. He's weeping, weeping, and suddenly you twist his ear. So, not to hurt him, but just to bring him. And then he stops weeping, and then he says, okay, you go, wash your face. He goes, comes back. Within minutes, you see his change in consciousness. He forgets also that he was asking for something. Right? He was asking for something, he even forgets that. We have seen it with children a lot. And that's why it's said that in Krishna consciousness, try to maintain your child in you, because then you will be able to forgive and being forgiven easily. Right? Shane rushta, shane tushta means you are easily pleased and easily, you get. So I leave you with this point, is that this word chance is very important. Give yourself and others a chance. If somebody wants to, because what we see is that when you get in association with the exalted souls like Lord Shiva, of course, it's like Supreme Personality of Godhead in that form. Krishna takes a Guhyam Avatara in the form of Lord Shiva. That's different, that we know. So for him, leave it. Even among us, when we meet somebody who is always mesmerized with Krishna consciousness, when you meet him, naturally you start getting attraction to Krishna. That is why devotee association is very important. So I leave you with this word, chance. Now, what do you mean by chance? Chance is a very chance, C-H-A-N-C-E. Chance is a very strong word. Always give chance for others to say sorry to you. Always have a chance to open your heart for others. Always give a chance to hear others. Always give a chance for others to mend their ways. Chance. But this chance which you give to others, sometimes we forget to give chance to our own selves. Always give chance that, okay, this time I failed, no worries. I'll get another chance. I will try to improve. Today I couldn't do chanting well. Give yourself a chance. Don't beat around yourself so much. And then start going and asking devotees, Prabhu, I couldn't chant, and disturb them also. Are think, thoda bahut khud bhi to socho. Thoda bahut itna immature thoda hi hai. We are not so immature. Krishna has given some intelligence to us. Ask valid questions. Try to find out answers on your own by reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad. And then go to devotees and ask, Prabhu, I read this portion, I couldn't. understand this. Can you help me? But we don't read and only we hear, and we don't read personally. Then we go and ask questions. Doesn't help. All this activities we have to stop, and we have to be very focused like a true spiritualist. And truth to yourself. Okay, I missed my chanting, but so some devotees, they will say, Prabhu, some people are very open heart. They will say, Prabhu, I missed my chanting. It's okay. But you don't keep telling everybody, I miss my round, miss my round, miss my round. Doesn't help. Then people start getting feeling, oh, everybody can miss rounds. No, it doesn't. So you have to be very, very cautious what consciousness you are deriving. And that is why it is said to become very deeply immersed in Krishna consciousness, you should associate with higher consciousness and leave the previous consciousness. And you just cannot imitate it. It cannot be. So give chance for yourself to move to next level. Give yourself a chance. Okay, I'm not so good in playing Kartal. It's okay. Whatever Kartal I'm going, I'm happy with it. Try to learn it. Even despite doing classes, if you're not able to learn Kartal properly, it's okay. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj says this. It's okay. So give yourself a chance. It's okay to not to be expert in everything. It's okay. Give me a chance. Give others a chance. So I wanted to bring this point of chance also, because this word is very, very strong, because it helps you to be little patient. And when you are patient with yourself and with others, you start giving chances to others and you become calm, cool. And calm and coolness is very important for Krishna consciousness. Very, very important for Krishna consciousness. For understanding philosophy, for associating, when we associate with devotees, we have to be very cool and calm. And when we read Bhagavatam, we have to be very cool and calm. So you see all our Maharajas and all our, I can't name those devotees who are saffron and very, very, I mean, they are like almost our Guru Maharaj's caliber. I can't name them, but whenever I talk to them, I tell them they hardly utter a word. I will speak 10 sentences, they will utter one word. So cool and calm. I met so many stalwart devotees, and like, uh, sometimes they won't just react for every statement they make you make to them. They just don't react. You speak full paragraph, they will speak one sentence. That's a very big R. That doesn't mean that they are not reciprocative. They are very reciprocative, but they are very alert. The more you are alert, the more you become agile and alert, the more you become calm. And if others are not able to do what you think should be beneficial for them, don't just hate them like a crocodile. Hey, तू चैंटिंग नहीं करता, बर्बाद आदमी, कुछ नहीं कर सकता, तेरी जिंदगी ऐसी है, तू ऐसा है वैसा है. नो नो, ये सब छोड़ दो, कुछ नहीं आने वाला हाथ में, कुछ काम नहीं आने वाला. दूसरे का करेक्शन करना छोड़ दो. Stop correcting others beyond your nose. There is no limit. It said, right? Your limit ends with your nose. So with these words, I want to leave this class today for the next devotee to come tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Wonderful, wonderful, Prabhuji. The last bit that you said about chance, it was excellent, and it's just hit the right chord within me, at least, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, and your humility really touches everybody. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can we take questions, one or two, because time we do have little
Yeah.
time.
Is it?
Padma Shri
Okay.
Mataji, you want to take a question, ask a question?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for touching on so many practical aspects of Krishna consciousness. It was really helpful. I have a question, Prabhuji. You told about that incident of someone was making khichdi and one Prabhuji put a printout, don't take Krishna for granted. Personally, especially in temple sevas, when many Matajis get together, lot of talk goes on, and many times what I feel is when I come back home, instead of my mind feeling refreshed and I feel disturbed when I come home. It does happen. So, but I can't talk anything. I just keep quiet. So what can I do, Prabhuji? What should I do?
Yeah, no. If I'm going to speak, you will say I'm opening the can of worms, right? So, yes, this is very true. Actually, okay. So they say, right, men's are from Mars, women's are from Venus, like they say, right? So I am a man, okay? If a man claims that he understands all the woman kingdom, he is practically incorrect. Okay. And if a woman says, I know all the men, kingdom men, I know what men think, it's also impossible. So the question is among the association of women. So if you ask this question to who is our Sadhu Sevina Mataji? What's her name? Sevini Mataji, Nitai Sevini Mataji. She's GBC. You have heard she has come to these sessions. She's actually the right devotee, or all of you sit together asking this question to a Prabhu, and a Prabhu like me, um, I will answer it in a tangent way. So there is a circle, there is something like chord. So I would, some association, or you ask Maharajas, Guru Maharaj, kind of level of devotees. I would answer like a tangent because I am not a woman. Because when you enter into a woman body, she's of a different, she has different hormones. You have to be very respectful of a woman. Nari sarvatra pujyate. Nari ki puja hoti hai. She's. And my mother herself said that sometimes they say, right, the most beautiful thing God has created is a woman, and sometimes it can be the most weirdest thing. It's all true. So, so your question is, when you are in the association purely among Matajis, because I know in the altar seva, only Matajis enter and Prabhus cannot enter. Like Wednesday is mentioned, is there as per rule in our ICC. I'm not quoting anywhere, somebody. Then don't go and say ICC, I will also start serving on Wednesday. Some day is reserved for Matajis. No Prabhu enters the altar that time. That's one thing. So it's very difficult for me to answer that. What do you do? So I can narrate what we Prabhus do. Okay. But with a caveat that will you be able to simulate that in among the environment of Matajis? Since I am not in a woman's body, different hormones are there. Women tend to talk more, and sometimes they Chanakya Pandit says they eat in small thing more. So there are certain tendencies which women have, which men don't have. Okay, some tendencies which men have, women don't have. So you have to respect that divide. A woman cannot think like a man cannot think like a woman. It is not possible. So when a soul enters into a man's body, or a soul when enters into a woman body, the chemistry changes. So if you ask any Prabhu, if any Prabhu answers you directly, Mata, you do this, then he has to go into woman's body next birth to understand what your question is. So I don't want to enter because I want to go back. So how will I answer? I will answer like a tangent instead of a chord to a circle. I will say what we Prabhujis do sometimes is I have seen, I will not name one devotee. I have 2-3 deity partners, means deity dressing partners, means some of them are brahmacharis, so when we go, I know the same set of devotees come. So in one of that one devotee, what he does is he sings Narsimha Kavacha. So I am actually was given the service of dressing the Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai. So what I notice him, he will start singing Narsimha Kavacha line 1. I also know it, so he will sing and I will sing behind him, and we stick only to this service. Sometimes we will discuss, okay, so you put the spin. Now to put the umbrella, so Subhadra Mai has a flap which is coming. Even the dress has a flap which is to be hung. It's very difficult to hang. Then turban fitting is another point. So that is the place where we discuss. So this is one technique I have seen devotees. Now this Sunday, I was used to doing the main deities and the Utsava deities. Suddenly, by chance, I was given Utsava deities for Gaur Nitai to dress. Somehow some arrangement happened and I was asked to do that, and I didn't know anything how to dress them. To wear the pajama, it took me 15 minutes. So then I asked one devotee, and he said, he was directing from far. And then I said, okay, Prabhuji, help me. So he said, 1 second, hold on. You try, you will do it. Sing something for the Lord. And I started singing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So what you try to do is, when I have seen among men, when they do, some devotees singing some Jagannath Ashtakam, some devotees singing. Some devotee doesn't do anything, he just silently. He's our main deity person, because Radha Krishna, the Radha Vinod ji is the main deity of ICC. Huge, and takes lot of time to make wear, and Radha Rani has beautiful hair and all. So I see 1-2 devotees now, they don't have time to talk to each other. So couple of things I can narrate here. When I will not say Matajis are in association. When Prabhus we are in association, I am noticing, I am learning from others that one, you are serving, but you be absorbed while serving Krishna. Because it's like 99 Saap ki Sidi. Have you seen Saap ki Sidi, snakes and ladder? Before 100, there is a snake in 99. So you are serving Krishna means 100. You are almost on the snake of ladder material world when you are making the dress of the Lord, you are cooking for the Lord, you are doing anything temple seva, you are actually 100. You are on the 99th or 98, serving at 98. And the moment you complete your service without any problem that day, that your consciousness remained, that means you have skipped 99. That what is that? Lattu. What do you say?
Dice,
That
Prabhuji.
then
Dice.
you do dice
Dice,
that,
Prabhuji.
and you put it and say you get 2. You are at 98, you get 2, and you said 100. Hari bol, I cleared. That day is your. So you try this practical formation. I have done that. That means the moment I will enter, I will see other Prabhus. I'm not going to say Mataji's. I'm not in a Mataji's body. Okay, you have to see that. So at the moment I am with Prabhus, okay, today I am at 98. Saap ki CD, snake and ladders. Today I will not talk anybody. So I saw one devotee singing Vishnu Sahasranam, others devotee singing Radhika Ashtakam, some is singing Chaurashtakam, some is singing Jagannath Ashtakam. I also, I Hare Krishna with whatever tune I can remember, and working only while dressing. Prabhu, that turban is not coming. Okay, Prabhu, put that turban properly. So make sure you are very alert, agile, and the topics should be completely in Krishna. The Prabhus do it, and I go and I come back, and generally I don't see we discuss much, and give chance to others. Say, suppose I am telling you this time only, the frock which I made where Gaur Nitai na, I couldn't put the belt, but somehow I covered it, and the devotee saw it. He said, "Don't worry, next time you'll learn it. Give a chance." I'm not saying that I didn't do it. I did it perfectly, but could have been done better. But that devotee, he gave me chance. Go ahead and do. In 4th time, you will be best. And because we put so many garlands and that belt was all proper, everything I did proper. But it took me 15 minutes. Next time, 10 minutes. Next time, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and you enjoy. So give chance. Don't. Sometimes we want others to become, to do seva the way we want. That is all conditioning. Subhagini Mataji, one Mataji came, Prabhupada, very, I think she's some Prabhupada disciples devotee. She just gave class in ICC. She said this: don't they don't do the way I do dating. This is not the way. Don't become angry. This all is poison in Krishna consciousness. Don't overcorrect people. Correct simply. Sometimes chupke. Are bas. Be alert. You can't just kill others for making them Krishna conscious. Krishna is keeping quiet. Who are we? So Mataji, does this answer you? And it has to be done in collection. You have to simply follow your own, and everybody should be aware. All the devotees serving together in a temple environment should be conscious of these points. It's okay if she is putting turban. Let me help her to put it. No, you don't know how to put turban and then go and complain to the senior devotees. You didn't do this. This Sunday, when I did, I showed scent without and I showed it to Utsava Murti, to the main Murtis. So one devotee corrected me and went and told to the deity in charge. That deity in charge came to me and told me, Prabhu, you don't need it. He spoke so politely to me. Prabhu, I know you showed sent to the main Vigraha. Just show it to Utsama Murti. Your time will be saved. Don't do it. I said, okay, Prabhuji. Like that, you have to handle. Does this answer the question? Hey,
Hare
everybody
Krishna.
sleeping.
Hare
Everybody went
Krishna.
away.
No, Prabhu, it was so much enlightening. I mean, we don't have the
We were
fortune.
Everybody
listening,
went
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
We were listening, Prabhuji. We were not sleeping.
yeah, we don't have the fortune to dress the deities, Prabhuji, but yes, it is so
No,
lovely
no. So it
listening
is
to
just,
all this.
see, whatever you are doing in association of devotees.
Yes.
But certain things, when ladies are there, certain things, ladies are different, men are different, women are different, men are. We have to understand. We have to learn to be just, chalta hai na, chalta hai, let it be. When Lord is, see, when I was giving Hindi class in 2014, one devotee came fully drunk in ICC. I was giving and he started speaking all bad words to me. I was like shocked. I was giving class, and other devotees were like, Hari bol. They are looking at me. Nobody is doing anything. And he was completely drunk and he was speaking. So continue giving gali pe gali. It is a fact of my life. And afterwards, he gave so much gali, he didn't know he sat there. And he said, Ab bhajan karunga. So weird situations of life. Once I was giving class in Vyasasana, one more devotee came. I was asked to get up out of the Vyasasana. In the middle of the class, I was asked to go out. Then devotee said, Prabhu, you was a visiting devotee. Today I just called you so that he said I'll be late or I will. So we thought we'll do something to engage the crowd. And then I took it very seriously. On the spot, they made me sit on the Vyasasana and give class. And after 40 minutes, they asked me to get up. Another 1 hour class started. And I was sitting on the day one, I was on the first row hearing. So strange ways. And, you just have to, okay. I said, okay, fine. Let's go and sit. So it's amazing. So does it help you the way I'm putting the points?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes, it did. Very directly, you have explained very clearly. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Very well, very well.
There are
ज्यादा टेंशन नहीं लो माता जी, सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. देखो वही है ना, आप किसी के साथ बुरा मत करो. जो दूसरे बुरे कर रहे हैं, भले वो डिवोटीज के क्लाइमेट में भी हैं, तो क्या हुआ? हम सब बंदी ग्रह में हैं. ऐसे सोचो, चलने दो. क्या हुआ अगर आप रो भी रही हो तो क्या हो गया? किसी व्यक्ति की वजह से आज आप रो भी रही हो तो क्या हो गया? क्या करें? ये दुनिया ही ऐसी है. जब आप हंसना चाहती हो तो ये रुलाती है दुनिया. जब आप रोना चाहते हो तो हंसाती है ये दुनिया. ऐसे ही है ये दुनिया. ये दुनिया ऐसे ही है. ये दुनिया किसी के कंट्रोल में नहीं है. जब आप द डे व्हेन यू आर सो हैप्पी, you will be, with small things people will hurt your ego. Then will be challenged on all that. ऐसा है. चलने दो. Let the life go on. That is how you have to take. That's what I have understood from seniors. Just continue. Don't worry. किसी ने डांट भी दिया तो it's okay. Somebody scolds you, it's okay. Somebody insulted you, it's okay. So what? चलो चलते रहो. Keep going. Keep walking. Srila Prabhupada says, perfect example, Srila Prabhupada. I don't know if I have violated the time now. You asked me such a beautiful question, so I have to answer this way. Srila Prabhupada, so many devotees, one devotee came and said, Prabhupada, you initiated the devotee is sleeping with women, with the women who are doing business of sleeping with others. He said, no, I am surprised. Why are you here? You are not going and sleeping. So what did Srila Prabhupada saw? The devotee who helped him in Jhansi, the first temple of ISKCON opened in Jhansi, if I'm not wrong. Fact finding it's needed is everybody stole all the things, typewriter including typewriter. That happened in US also. So the first diary which he wrote, that was also stolen away. So many problems, but he kept on moving. Some people had faith on Srila Prabhupada. Somebody didn't believe. His own God brothers didn't believe in him. So ऐसा है, ये दुनिया है ही ऐसी, घुमावदार है, गोल गोल घुमाती है, परेशान करती है. ऐसे ही है, बस चलते रहिए. जस्ट कंटिन्यू. डोंट हर्ट अदर्स. and try to protect yourself by not being hurt by others. Both you have to do. Chanakya Pandit says, Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. But you can't use strictness everywhere. Just go the way. Make best use of the worst bargain. That summarizes everything. Just continue with your children, with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your daughter-in-laws, with your son-in-law, with everybody. Don't just think everything will be okay one day. What if you don't have too much of money? What if you are not successful in life? क्या हो जाएगा? चली जाएगा ना, एक दिन तो मरना ही है ना. लेकिन प्रभु आप दोबारा नहीं आएंगे यार इस दुनिया में. बस हो गया ना बाबा, बहुत पिटाई खा ली यार, बहुत पिटाई हो गई इस दुनिया में. प्रभु आप अपनी दुनिया लेके चलो ना यार, बस हो गया. नहीं नहीं, तुझे मेरी सेवा करनी. हाँ, तू भेजेगा तो एम्पावर करके भेजो, नहीं तो इधर तो पावर पूरी निकल जाती है. I practically am telling you, this material world is so, चक्की पीसिंग एंड पीसिंग हो जाती है इधर, तो सबकी वाट लग जाती है. मैं आपको अब बिल्कुल, आई डोंट केयर इफ इट इज गेटिंग रिकॉर्डेड, बिकॉज आई एम टेलिंग यू द फैक्ट्स ऑफ लाइफ. चक्की पीसिंग एंड पीसिंग एंड पीसिंग है पूरा. लाइक यू सी, वी आर ग्राइंडेड. देयर इज नोबडी इन दिस वर्ल्ड हु कैन स्टॉप दिस ग्राइंडिंग विद देयर ओन सेल्फ. जिनकी ग्राइंडिंग नहीं हुई तो सोचो उनका क्या. दोज हु आर नॉट इन कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस, अभी तो उनकी शुरुआत ही नहीं हुई है माता जी. आप तो फिर भी बहुत आगे हैं आप लोग. यू आर फार फार अहेड. Think about those who have not even started thinking what we are discussing today in Bhagavatam. Not to talk about those people. तो हम तो उनसे अच्छे हैं. हरि बोल. ओम तत्सत. It's already 11:01.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll end the class with prayers. Hari bol. Vanchakalpataru. Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai Jai Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Dandat pranam.
Hare Krishna to all devotees. Can I end the
Hare
class
Krishna.
now?
Yes, yes.